Harkening back to Treasure of Nadia and TGO and what made those good, the former had fishing and both of them had puzzles. Could we see more mini games added like fishing into Symphony of the Serpent? Because we do have a dock area that could mean, with saltwater fish, maybe.
I'd like to because I personally love the fishing game. Each game had little things that I was trying. The fishing game, not a lot of people liked it, honestly. I loved it. I still personally love it, but I think most people thought it was just a waste of time. But there was probably some that did like it, and I was kind of planning on adding a freshwater fishing game to the Genesis order, but just other things kind of got added, and a whole lot of bonus content got added, and we never really got around to creating a freshwater fishing game. There's a river in Symphony of the Serpent, and I'd like to create a river fishing game, but we'll see if there's any excitement around that possibility. But there's other plans too, so if that doesn't pan through, I'm sure we'll have a different type of mini game or something added to it. The puzzle game, it's possible we could easily add a puzzle game like there was in the Genesis Order to Symphony of the Serpent. But the puzzle game for the Genesis Order and for Treasure of Nadia, I think they both added some interesting extra content. I don't think a whole lot of people played those, but my thought was I would create a fighting system in Symphony of the Serpent that was kind of based on feedback on the mini games and puzzle elements from the previous titles to try and create something that is a little bit easier but also different. Some of those puzzles are extremely difficult to solve because I personally love that style of game where you have to stare at a screen for an hour before you figure out what to do because it's just so difficult. That's kind of my personal preference, and I think there's probably a lot of people that are interested in puzzle games like that, but it's not really accessible to a wide audience. With the fighting system, it's more like, well, you could just buy weapons and just kind of cheese every fight if you wanted. It kind of makes it easy. But if you want to challenge yourself and try to win a fight without weapons or something, it adds a little bit of a puzzle element. It's not really quite the same as it was in the Genesis Order or Treasure of Nadia, but I'm certainly open to creating a puzzle game that's in a similar vein, or maybe even just taking the puzzle game from the Genesis Order, just expanding it a little bit and recreating it in Symphony of the Serpent. But there's not currently a plan right now for that, but I'm sure something like that is going to come along.